The Antarctic is the highest, coldest, driest, windiest, iciest continent in the world, and the Weddell Sea is the coldest body of water in the Antarctic. Ernest Shackleton, the Endurance, and her crew were beset there in the Antarctic summer of 1915. 60 summers later, in 1975, the Argentine icebreaker General San Martin has become icebound in the same waters. There was no chance of rescue for the Endurance, but fortunately for the General San Martin, the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Glacier is nearby supporting the International Weddell Sea Oceanographic Expedition. The Glacier is a veteran. It has been establishing and maintaining bases and providing support for scientists in the Antarctic for 19 summers. A helicopter is sent to scout the sea ice around the General San Martin and retrieve its captain. The captains and officers of the American and Argentinian ships meet on the glacier and make plans. Soon the 9,000-ton, 300-foot, 21,000-horsepower glacier is breaking a passage through the ice toward the General San Martin. The glacier breaks ice up to 4 feet thick at a steady 3 knots. Occasionally the bow rises out of the water where the ice thickens, but the tremendous weight of the ship smashes the ice or pushes it aside. When the ice becomes as much as 20 feet thick, the glacier resorts to the back and ram technique. It backs up through the ice it has broken, rams the ice at full speed, slides on top of it, cracks and crushes it beneath the weight of the hull, and then slides off to try again. The glacier is backing up in preparation for another run at the ice when 2 of the 6 propellers are sheared off by the steel-hard ice. Later, a scientist from Scripps Institute of Oceanography who was aboard the glacier would tell a San Diego Union reporter there was a kind of clanking sound, and then the ship started to vibrate abnormally. Divers were sent down, and they confirmed what everyone feared had happened. That cut our power by nearly half. Just as Shackleton did on February 24, 1915, the captains of the Glacier and the General San Martin reluctantly began preparations on March 1, 1975, to spend the winter. Wintering over isn't the hardship it was 60 years earlier. Most of the Glacier crew heads home, first by helicopter to one of the many Antarctic stations, and then to Argentina by military aircraft. Supplies are flown in for the skeleton crew that will stay behind. With a little maintenance and judicious ballasting, the ships will easily survive the pressures of the winter ice and keep the remaining crews safe. Still, there are problems. A large group of sailors arrive in Buenos Aires to a hero's welcome with nothing but the clothes they are wearing, while a single sailor is stranded at a desert airbase with their luggage. A handful of sailors are stranded at a small scientific station by a week-long snowstorm and have to eat penguin meat after going through the station's entire year's rations. Then, as suddenly as the disaster happened, the Weddell Sea releases its grip. Although the ice looks solid and fixed, it's constantly heaving, shifting, and drifting upon the sea beneath it, driven by the winds and the ocean currents. Sometimes open water, a lead, appears just where it's needed. During a scouting trip in the brief daylight, the helicopter crew reports that a path through the ice has opened up. Both the Glacier and the General San Martin make their escape. Less than a month after preparing to spend the winter, the Glacier picks up the last of her remaining crew from Ushuaia, Argentina, near the tip of South America, and limps home. The crew of the Endurance didn't reach the tip of South America until September 1916, after 18 months of struggle and hardship. And the Endurance? The Endurance haunts the Weddell Sea still.